Her Excellency, my dear wife, Your Excellency, first the Deputy Governor of our great state, and the former Deputy Governor, my brother, who is here. Thank you for coming. Let me acknowledge members of the State Executive Council, the Chief of Staff, the Principal Executive Secretary, Government House, Special Advisors, Chief Economic Advisor, Solicitor General, Chairman NBA, Senior Special Assistants, and then the newly inaugurated members, or those to be inaugurated a short while from now, the chairperson, the vice chairperson, and then members of this very important committee, members of the press, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Today we are assembled to take a step that is very critical in terms of our determination and resolve to protect our women. Very often when we talk about protecting women, people think it's something very far from them. I mean, those of us, the men, a number of us are guilty, and that is regrettable. People don't show enough empathy, people don't show enough commitment to the welfare and protection of women. And even for those who think that their wives are somehow not as equal, I like to remind the men, remind us, all of us, that any society that does not regard its women, any society that does not protect and promote the welfare and well-being of its women is doomed for destruction. For in the end, we are all what our mothers made us to be. We are all what our wives and all the women around us support us to be. And a society that protects its women, a society that supports its women, is actually a society that is destined for greatness. Today, that's what we want to underscore. That's what we want to underscore in our great states. And I believe that there are not many states that are doing what we are doing. Already we are doing a lot in terms of empowerment of our women. And I tell everybody wherever I go, that the women of Bayelsa State, the women of the John Nation are second to none. They are as good as women in other places. And our women are hardworking. Most of them are actually breadwinners of their various families. From our communities, I mean, anywhere you go, they are the leaders of their families. And I think that for us, the men, a little effort on our part to make life easier for them will go a long way. Women, when you talk of women, people only think of their wives and so on. They forget that we're also talking of their mothers. They forget that we're also talking about their daughters. Today, we are here to show our determination as a state to protect us. As strong as they are internally, as strong as God has made them to be, to shoulder the burden of continuation of the human race, as strong as they are in terms of how much they absorb to keep their families together and keep our society moving, yet in the physical sense, they need a lot of protection, in the physical sense. And so we, as a state, today we are united and speaking with one voice to say that we have no room for violence against our women. We have no room for violence and maltreatment of our girls. Never in this state again are we going to have cases of ill treatment, cases of violence being perpetrated against our women, and especially the girl child. Today, I'm setting up this committee to do the following: to undertake public enlightenment and advocacy of issues of violence against women and abuse or defilement of the girl child. 2, charging this committee to collect all cases of abuse and violence against women and the girl child in the state. Collect all of them, without exception. 3, You are to provide moral, medical, financial, and legal support to all victims of abuse and ensure prompt and adequate medical attention and or counseling, and to prevent lasting physical and psychological damage to such women and girls. You are to undertake, as much as is possible, by yourself and in collaboration with others, the education of our women and girls on ways to prevent violence. 5, you are to ensure the due and diligent prosecution of all reported cases and vigorously subject offenders to the due processes of the law, and actively discourage the rising incidents of parental interference by way of out-of-court settlements of such offenses. 6, you are to solicit the support of both local and international agencies in this fight to curb the menace of violence and other sexual crimes committed against women and the girl child in the state. You are to ensure that action is taken to support and protect the girl child where concerns arise regarding possible abuse. In other words, you don't need to even wait for any report. If you have reasons by other sources to suspect that a girl child or a woman is suffering an abuse, you have our authority to intervene. You are to formulate policies to help minimize the risk of exposure of the girl child to violence and sexual abuse. You have powers to rehabilitate victims of sexual abuse and victims of violence as well. And then you have any other duty that from time to time that I will assign to this committee. Now, this is a very, very important committee, and because of its interdisciplinary nature of the responsibilities, I've carefully selected you people from various backgrounds, from law enforcement to the clergy, to the traditional institution, to medical officials, a gynecologist is here, and all of you are put here together to ensure that no stone is left unturned in the fight against prevention of violence and ill treatment of women and the girl child. In furtherance of this state objective, I hereby direct that in the ministries of health, they should set up a desk, and the Commissioner for Health will ensure that the officer that he has sent here, the gynecologist who is serving in this committee, will head that desk. Set up a desk for the prevention of women of violence. Set up a desk that will handle women issues, particularly the counseling and then the medical attention that such victims of abuse will clearly need from time to time. In the same vein, I have already communicated to the Commissioner of Police to set up a special desk in his office, in an appropriate department, whether in the CID or whatever. That is an operational matter that the Commissioner will handle. But I've communicated to him, and I'd like to see going forward a special desk that will handle all cases of violence against women and abuse of the girl child. I would also want to direct that the Minister of Justice, the Attorney General, should also set up a special desk to handle these kinds of matters. Now, it is a matter of concern indeed that it's not only in Bayelsa, but in all parts of our country, from all the available reports, there's an indication of an upward trend in cases of violence against women, in cases of rape, in cases of sexual offenses perpetrated against women and the girl child. And most shockingly, perpetrated against even minors. In the last 2 years, because of my concern on how to support women, I've set up the committee, the desk of the gender, the SSA on the girl child. And in the absence of this committee, she has been doing a great deal of work. And Mrs. Pulu, thank you very much for everything you have been doing. And the report, the preliminary reports at my disposal, indicate that Bayelsa is not immune from this horrible case of increase in the incidence of crimes against women and the girl child. Some of them very horrible, too horrible to retell, too horrible to even tell anybody else. Come acts of brutality, acts of criminality, of utmost violence, regrettable violence committed against minors. Some of them, from the reports I have received, as young as 2 years or even less. And in some cases, perpetrated by adults. Adults. But in all cases, what we have found out is a lacuna. A lacuna in the sense that the state institutions, and perhaps even the laws, appear not to have given sufficient protection. And that is why this interdepartmental committee has been empaneled. I don't want to hear that because the parents or guardians of a girl child are poor or are underprivileged, then somebody will get away with such heinous crimes. Therefore, I'm making the sum of 10 million naira available for this committee to start with. In any case that is reported, don't wait for the parents to take charge. Don't wait for the parents to pay medical bills, because very often, that is where the problem is. The parents will say, we don't have money to pursue this case, we can't go to the police, we have no money to fight for justice, we have no money even to pay hospital treatment bills, and then the victim, the offender, the alleged offender, now comes in to say, okay, don't worry, they will settle. I don't want to hear any settlement in cases of violence committed against women and the girl child in this state again. Every alleged offender must stand trial. And in the next 2 weeks, I would like to get a report from this committee as to a compendium of all such cases that have come to the notice of this committee or that are under investigation or should have been investigated by our security forces. And I would like to get a monthly report of your work. Every month I would like a report from this committee, because if we allow such characters to do such heinous things against children, minors, people who cannot even understand what is happening, and we, as adults and as people in authority, are standing by because it is not happening to our children, to our daughters, or to our relations, then I think that all of us are guilty. Not just the offender, not just that mindless animal who has done it, but all of us who are in a position to stop it from happening again to the next child. All of us are guilty. And that is why we are putting this committee together. I'm personally passionate about this because we have a responsibility to protect our society. And as I said earlier, any society that plays with its women plays with its future. And we are building a great society. We are laboring to build the building blocks of a wonderful society. A society where all can be the best God endowed them to be. A society of great people. And that is not possible if we allow our women and girls to be demonized at will and with no consequence. It cannot happen under my watch. So that is the charge. I expect that all agencies, all authorities will cooperate with you. Where you have difficulties, you please let me know. It is in that respect that I empanel the following. Mrs. Vivian Odiowe, A retired permanent secretary who for a long time also served as PAMSEC Minister of Women Affairs. And she's also very religious, I hear. She is going to chair this committee. She's on her way. She's on her way from Port Harcourt. So she will chair this committee. Then Mrs. Pere Ebusin, who is a state council, she will serve as the vice chair of this committee. Now, I understand you are FIDA chairperson as well, so that makes your appointment all the more appropriate. You will, as chairperson of FIDA, you will try your best to serve our women in this capacity. Mrs. Pulu Zifawe, my SSA on Girl Child Education and Welfare, will serve as secretary of this committee. And the following will serve as members. ASP Mbeshuku Asuru. Thank you. And you are a lawyer from what I've seen about you. Yes, so very good. Congratulations. Mr. Puwi Daniel, a representative of the NBA, will serve as a member. Mrs. Tare Torunana Toa, she will also serve as a member. Dr. Israel Jeremiah, a gynecologist from NDUC, will serve as a member. And I will suggest you get a female colleague also. There's none. All right. I want to believe there are. So just there are. So you get a female colleague because the work will be too much for you. So that two of you will collaborate. Lady Dr. Kamala, a psychiatrist, FMC. Thank you. Mrs. Patricia Odondiri of the Ministry of Women Affairs, from department, head of Department of Child Unit, will serve as a member. A.S. Ato, my special prosecutor on violent crimes, who is doing wonderfully well, will serve as the lead prosecutor on these matters. I know that your hands are full. But you will give guidance. In any case, the vice chairperson is is a state council in the Department of Public Prosecutions. Good. So the entire department is going to be with you people. Pastor Helen Rekake Buruni, the member. And Reverend Sister Jane Obizolo is representing the Catholic Church. Thank you. Pastor Helen Rekake Buruni is representing Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria. Yes. And Reverend Sister Jane Obizolo, of course, represents the Catholic Church. Then Dame Dr. Victoria Tekena, former permanent secretary, is representing the Anglican Communion. That is my own denomination too. Then His Royal Majesty M.A. Clarkson Kikili is the paramount ruler of Yanagwa. Is serving to represent the traditional rulers. Then Honorable Agatha Goma, the only member of the House of Assembly, the only female member of the House of Assembly, will serve on a part-time basis. Well, it's a part-time, more or less, for a number of people, those who are official, but she will be actually a part-time member because she's a full-time member of the House. Now, I have added two names whilst there. The first is my special advisor on ethics, values, and orientation. I know you have a lot to do in terms of reorientation of the values and this of our people. This is one committee that you ought to make your expertise available to. The other person is Mrs. Ebere Musa. A lot of degrees behind her, LLB, so many qualifications, so you have to serve our women and serve our state. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for your attention. I congratulate you all. The chairperson is on the way, the vice chair, and all the members and the secretary. Congratulate you all. This is a very serious assignment. But I believe that with the knowledge that I have of you all, individually and collectively, I'm left with no doubt than to conclude that you are up to the task. And please be rest assured of my personal support and the support and backing of the government that I lead for our people. This is a very serious assignment, and I would like our ladies to feel free, to feel proud, and to feel protected. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Your Excellency, the wife of the Deputy Governor of Bayelsa State, Dr. Ms. Seriake Dickson, the Deputy Governor of Bayelsa State, retired Rear Admiral John Jonah, the former Deputy Governor of Bayelsa State, the Chief of Staff of Bayelsa State Government House, all other dignitaries present, and every other protocol duly observed. On behalf of the Committee for Prevention of Violence Against Women and the Girl Child, Your Excellency, we say thank you for giving us the opportunity to serve in this capacity, to serve our state and to serve our women and girl child. When our dear governor, the countryman governor, was talking, I saw the passion, and we all felt the passion in him. And we felt so elevated because the women are suffering in this state, like he said. And we know that when you maltreat the woman, we know the effect, the evil effect of maltreating the woman and the young child. It is the nation that is faced with violence, actually, where violence is meted on the woman. And it's so painful. Like he said, it's true. 2 years old children are being raped in this state. 3 years old children are being raped in this state. Recently, we have a matter in the office where a man, a husband, killed his wife, stabbed her to death for simple reason, and they don't want to come and give evidence because they don't have money and they're not interested in the matter, and the matter is too frustrated. The wife is about 18 years and the husband is about 22 years, somewhere in where it happened. And the person handling the matter came and she was confused. I said, okay, we are going to intervene. I was speaking with her yesterday, venture of my position and feeder vice chairperson. And we said we'll take effort. Both parties are from River State. We said, but because they are residents, we'll take effort to make sure the man is prosecuted. For simple reason, the woman was cutting leaf. And he told her, leave that place, come into the somewhere and cut the leaf. And she said she will not cut. And she just got angry and left, and she was pregnant, 6 months pregnant. And it just took the night she was into cut the leaf and stabbed this woman. There and then she died. Before she could rush to the hospital, she passed on. So women are really suffering in this state, but a lot of perpetrators of this crime are made to go free because they are not there to give evidence. And I am so happy because our governor has passion for women, and that is why this committee. I want to promise Your Excellency, sir, that this committee will carry out the mandate as we have been directed. And I also promise that by God's grace, we will ensure we will not misplace your confidence that you have placed on us by appointing us this afternoon. We're going to carry out everything we're supposed to do. And I also want to say thank you, sir, because we know that you have passion for women. Looking at the political appointees in the state, we have a lot of women out there which will be exposed. So say thank you very much. We can see women occupying very good political offices. And we want to trust that more will come. So we are not going to spare any effort in ensuring that violence is prevented against women and girl child. So we're going to carry out, I believe we're well selected. At least you looked at it's a fair selection. I don't think anybody lobbied for anything. Because of the way I came in, I I didn't know anything, I've just come. So I believe it is our works that His Excellency saw and said, come and do this work. So that is why we're here. Thank you, sir.